Hello guys, so now we're gonna do this question, number 8. Reverse a string and a number entered by the user. So you'll ask a number from the user and then the user will give a number, and then you will ask a string from the user and then they will give a string. So now you need to reverse this and also reverse this. By the way, when you reverse this, I want a number that is reversed, not a string. And to reverse this, the hint is use string dot char add or character add. So this is one of the method you can use for string variables. So char add will return the character at the specified index. So if you use 2 here, it will return the number at the index 2. Again, in computer science, when I tell index, that means the first index will always starts from 0. So if I have a string, hello, the age is actually index 0. So it starts from 0 and the O is actually 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at the index 4 on the 4th position. So that's the hint. Try to do it by yourself first. If you can't, then it's okay. Just look at my answer and try to understand. So let's try to reverse this number first. So int reverse number. So look at my code first, and then try to understand. Then after I finish it, I will try to explain. So you create a reverse some number. Actually, you give num percentage or remainder 10, and then you take num divide by 10, and then while num is more than 0, you take reverse num and you multiply it by 10, and then you plus with num remainder 10, then you take num, then you divide by 10 again. Let's see, does it work? Reverse num. So let me comment this first. Run file, enter a number 1122 to get 2211. Run it again. Let's try 11020. We'll get 20011. Okay, let's see what's actually happening. So what I'm actually doing here is, let me delete this. Okay, when I create this variable, I will assign it to the final value of num. That's why I'm getting that's why I divided it by 10 and getting the remainder. So let's say the num is 1122. So how do we get the last digit? Well, you can divide it by 10 and the remainder you get is 2, right? So that's why you use the percentage sign. If I take this and I do this, I will get 2, which is the last value. If I have 3 here, I would have gotten 3. So that's why you use this symbol, the remainder, to get the last digit. And then you divide the original number by 10. By the way, if you don't know the meaning of this, it's just num equals to num divided by 10. So now when you divide it by 10, you basically eliminating the last digit. So since the last digit is added to this reverse number, you delete the last number. So by dividing by 10, you're actually eliminating the last digit. Okay, so now while there is some number in the number, like there is something to get from the original and add it to the reverse number, that's why I'm using this condition. While this number there's the number is not equal to 0, there's a number, like there's a value in it, you take the reverse num and then you multiply it by 10. Why? Well, look at this. So first I got the last digit right, which is the 3. So now reverse num will be 3. So what I'm gonna do is I wanna create another space here. So by multiplying by 10, 3 becomes 30. So there is another space which is the 0. So this is where you add the second last digit. How you get the second last digit? Well, you divide by 10 again, or you get the you want to get the remainder of the num again by dividing by 10, and by that now 30 becomes 32, and then the num, it was 112, right? So now num will be 100, actually 11. Why? Because you divide by 10, so the last one will be gone, and then you repeat the process. Now 32 times by 10 is 320, and then you get the last digit. Now it will become 301, and the 11 will become 1, and then you add the 1 2, and then the num will become 0, and since it's now 0, it will get out of the loop and then it will print the reverse num. Hopefully you can get your wrap your head around this. If not, try to run it again and try to understand it. And by the way, don't ever memorize code. If you try to memorize any algorithms, it's okay if you are, once you got very used to certain algorithms, it's kind of like memorizing, I know that, but for the first time when you're learning, never memorize. Try to do it by yourself, and if you don't know, look at the answer, refer to the answer, see it, understand it, and put away the answers and then try to do it again. So that's all for the number. Now let's try to do for the string. Okay, for string I create another one, reverse string, and I assign it to nothing basically. So if I try to print this now, nothing will be printed. So now for int I reverse string dot length. It's okay if you don't understand. Wait, I'll try to explain. Is more than or equal to 0, u minus now reverse string is string dot char at I. Let's see, does it work first, and then I'll try to explain. Enter a number 1133, enter string hello, and yep, it works. So what's happening here? Basically, when you tell string dot length, this is another method just like char add, will return the length of the string. It's simple, but it will return the size. So since hello has 5 letters, it will return 5. And why am I subtracting it 1? Well, I want to start at the final. So if hello, right? So I want to start from here, and then I will add it to the reverse string. So if I want to start from here, I need to start at index 4. But this will return me 5. So that's why I'm subtracting it with 1. And then I will go behind until I got to the index 0. So you do it until the index is more or equal to 0. And here I know you are very used to I++ where you increment it by one. You can actually use anything here. Basically, this is where you increment or decrement the counter. Let's say you do something like this, right, for a different purpose. Not here, but is this valid if you put here? Well, absolutely. As long as you make a change in the I or the counter, that's all it matters. So instead of I minus minus, I can even write like this. It's all good, doesn't matter. So just so you know it. So now you start at the final, and then you get the character at the final, and then you add to the string, and then you go to the next one, and then you add to the reverse string until you get the first one, and then you can print it. So hopefully you can understand these two things: reversing a number and reversing a string. Thank you.